Hey there and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to solve a tricky SQL interview question. The question is, calculate the moving average of a stock price over the previous 30 days. So this is the question that we are going to solve. For that, I have created a table which is the stock price table. Let me curate the table and let us see the schema. So here is the table which has got ID. Then there is a stock ID corresponding to different stock. It will be having different IDs. Then we have a stock date and the corresponding price. So each day the stock price will be varying depending upon the market fluctuation. It will be having different price with respect to each stock. So then we have to find the moving average of a stock price over the previous 30 days. So that is the question. Calculating the average price of a stock is quite easy, so you don't have to specifically write anything extra in any query. Just use the average function along with the price column and you will get the average for a particular stock. But here, in order to make the question a bit tricky, there is another concept introduced, which is the moving average that we have to calculate with respect to previous 30 days. So that is the question. I have created the expected output in Excel so that we can take a look and then come back to SSMS and solve the query. So here is the expected output that I have created. The first three columns, which are stock ID, stock date and price, are the exact same three columns which we took from the input table. And there is no change with respect to input to these three columns, which are the stock ID, stock date and price. Now the only additional column that we have to calculate is the moving average with respect to previous 30 days. So that is the only additional column that we have to calculate in this question. Now, in order to calculate the moving average with respect to previous 30 days, we have to use one of the not so commonly used clauses in SQL, which is the frame clause. So before solving the query, let us see what is the moving average with respect to previous 30 days with the sample data. So for stock AAPL, corresponding stock date is 01/08/2099 and the price corresponding to that particular date is 150. Now, for that particular date, if we have to calculate the moving average for the previous 30 days, we have to consider this date along with the previous 30 days and see the price of the stock with respect to all the day. And then for all the records, we have to calculate the average. So let us come to a record where we have 30 plus dates already available in the table. So let us come to this record, which is AAPL 31/08/2099. So the stock price for that particular day is 179. But coming to the next column, which is the moving average price with respect to previous 30 day, the price is 165. So how this is calculated? So what happens for this row is, so all the prices still here will be considered starting from 31. So all the 30 previous rows with respect to the table. So going up, we are selecting 30 rows. So you can see here we selected 30 rows. So all these prices average is calculated and that value is being shown here. That is the 165.35. So similarly, when it comes to 01/09/2099, the previous 30 records will be taken into consideration and then we will calculate the average. Similarly, for every record, we have to calculate the moving average with respect to previous 30 days. Now I hope the logic is clear. Now let us go back to SSMS and see how we can write query for the same. So we will start with select clause, select, and the columns which we require are stock ID, and the second column will be stock date, stock underscore date, and the third column will be price. Now we are going to make use of the average aggregate function here. So average, open and close parenthesis, but make sure that we make use of the average function as a window function. So we are going to use the over clause, over, open and close parenthesis. Now we will provide the argument for average function. So the first argument within the average clause should be price. So we are calculating the average of price. Now inside the over clause, we want to specify the partition and then order by. So the partition will be based on partition by stock ID. So for each stock, we have to calculate the stock price over the previous 30 days. So the partition is by stock ID and then we have to write an order by clause. That is order by should be based on stock date, stock underscore date, which should be in ascending order. Now in the next part, we have to include a new clause, which is the frame clause. So the frame clause is actually converting the normal average or the window average to a moving average. So in order to write the frame clause, we will start with rows between 29 preceding and current row. Close parenthesis, and we can name the column as moving average previous 30 days. Now we are going to take this from the stock price table. So we will specify the table name, that is stock underscore prices. Now execute the query and we will get the required output. So we have the stock ID, stock date, price, and the moving average with respect to previous 30 days. Now going back to the query, we can see that there is only one change with respect to the normal query. That is, we have included a new clause which is called the frame clause. So here is where we are calculating the moving average of the stock price. There are a lot of variation for frame clause. I will take you through the variations of frame clause in another video. So here we can make use of this format to get the output in the record format, and this will give us the moving average. And when we have to change the interval of moving average, the only change that we have to do here is to modify the number that we gave here. Consider that if we want to calculate the moving average of a stock price over the previous 15 days, only change we have to do here is to modify this 29 to 14. So what happens is, now it will consider only previous 15 days, that is 14 preceding rows along with the current row, which will give the 15 total rows and will give us the moving average for 15 days. But here we have to consider it as 29 preceding rows along with the current row, which will give us the moving average for 30 previous days. So this is how we can make use of the frame clause to calculate moving average. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. Thank you.